Hello students, in previous video we have discussed about phrases and in this video we will discuss about clauses. But before moving into our topic, let's see something about clauses. Here are two examples. First one, Ria lives in a house which is made of wood, and second one, Ria lives in a wooden house. What is the difference between two sentences? Okay, I will tell you about two sentences. In the first sentence, the group of underlined word has a subject which and a predicate is made of wood, so it is called a clause. In the second sentence, the group of underlined words wooden house is a phrase because it does not have a subject and predicate of its own. Means, students, we can say in phrases are the only group of words. मीन्स ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स जो होता है वो फ्रेजेस होता है. फ्रेजेस में ना सब्जेक्ट होता है और ना प्रेडिकेट होता है. एंड क्लॉजेस में सब्जेक्ट भी होता है और प्रेडिकेट भी एंड एक फाइनाइट वर्ब भी होती है. एंड डू यू नो व्हाट इज फाइनाइट वर्ब? ओके, आई विल टेल यू अबाउट फाइनाइट वर्ब. द वर्ब्स विच चेंज विद द चेंज इन पर्सन, नंबर एंड टेंस आर कॉल्ड फाइनाइट वर्ब्स. मीन्स जो हमारी पर्सन, नंबर और टेंस के अकॉर्डिंग चेंज होती है वो फाइनाइट वर्ब होती है. एंड अ वर्ब विच डज नॉट चेंज विद द चेंज इन पर्सन, नंबर एंड टेंस इज कॉल्ड नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब. मीन्स जो वर्ब हमारी पर्सन, नंबर और टेंस के अकॉर्डिंग चेंज नहीं होती है वो हमारी नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब होती है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ लेट्स सी डेफिनेशन ऑफ क्लोज. अ क्लोज कैन बी डिफाइंड एज अ ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स that forms part of a sentence and has a subject and predicate of its own. A clause has one finite verb in its predicate. Now here is a more example. Mr. Kishore will meet him in the office. In this sentence, Mr. Kishore will meet him is a clause because it has a subject, Mr. Kishore, and a predicate, will meet him. On the other hand, the rest of the sentence, in the office, lack both the subject and predicate. Such group of words is called phrase. Okay? Means in the office there is no subject, no predicate. It's a simple group of words. So it's a phrase. A clause may stand as a simple sentence or may join another clause to make a sentence. Therefore, a sentence consists of one, two or more clauses. Means student, we can say जो clause होती है वो एक सिंपल सेंटेंस की जैसी होती है और इसमें जो है अनदर क्लोज भी होती है. कोई एक सेंटेंस बनाने के लिए एक सेंटेंस में एक क्लोज या टू या मोर देन टू क्लोजेस भी हो सकती है. नाउ लेट्स सी टाइप्स ऑफ क्लोजेस. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ क्लोजेस. मेन क्लोज, इट इज कॉल्ड ऑल्सो इंडिपेंडेंट क्लोज, एंड सेकेंड वन subordinate clause, it is called dependent clause. Firstly, we will discuss about main और independent clause. Means जैसे आपको independent, आपको नाम से ही लग रहा है स्टूडेंट्स कि independent जो खुद पर ही डिपेंड हो तो हमारी वो main या independent clause होती है. And what's the definition of independent clause? Main or independent clause is a clause that expresses a complete thought in both context and meaning and can stand as a sentence on its own. Independent clauses can be joined by a coordinating conjunction to form complex or compound sentences. Example, she met the man who had helped her. Here, she met the man is the main clause. Why it is a main clause? Because it expresses complete thought and that can stand as a sentence. Means she met a man. Here means we can say that it's a sentence. वह एक मैन से मिली, ये खुद में मीन्स अपने आप में एक सेंटेंस है और इसका कंप्लीट मीनिंग भी निकल रहा है. एंड लेट्स सी सेकेंड एग्जांपल. रमन इज वेयरिंग अ शर्ट विच लुक्स नाइस. हियर रमन इज वेयरिंग अ शर्ट इज अ independent clause because it expresses a complete thought that can stand as a sentence. एंड सेकेंड वन सबॉर्डिनेट और डिपेंडेंट क्लॉज. डिपेंडेंट से आपको लग रहा होगा मीन्स जो खुद पर डिपेंड नहीं होती है, मीन्स उसको किसी और की नीड होती है. नाउ लेट्स सी डेफिनेशन. Subordinate or dependent clause is a clause which does not express a complete thought and depends on another clause to express its complete thought. Means वो अपना जो डिपेंडेंट क्लोज होती है वो दूसरी क्लोज पर डिपेंड होती है अपना सेंस बनाने के लिए, अपना कंप्लीट सेंस के लिए वो दूसरी डिपेंड की उसको नीड होती है. सबऑर्डिनेट क्लोज डज नॉट एक्सप्रेस द कंप्लीट आइडिया एंड कैन नॉट स्टैंड एज होल सेंटेंस. A sentence having a subordinate clause must have a main clause. Now here is example. Let's see some examples of dependent clause. She met the man who had helped her. Here, who had helped her is a dependent clause. Why it's a dependent clause? Because it means it needs another clause to make a sentence. And second means we can say it does not express a complete thought and cannot stand as a sentence, so it's a dependent clause. And second example, I bought a table that cost ₹1,000. Means that cost ₹1,000. It's a dependent clause because it depends on the main clause, so it's a dependent clause. And third one, I have an uncle who works in Canada. Here, who works in Canada is a dependent clause because it depends on main clause. So who works in Canada is a dependent clause. And student, remember one thing, dependent clause often begin with a subordinating conjunction or relative pronoun. Means that, with, who, whom, that makes the clause unable to stand alone. Okay, जो हमारी डिपेंडेंट क्लोज होती है वो या तो रिलेटिव प्रोनाउन या किसी कंजक्शन से स्टार्ट होती है. Now let's see types of subordinate clauses. There are three types of subordinate clauses: noun clause, adjective clause, adverb clause. Firstly, we will discuss about noun clause. A dependent clause that functions as a noun in a sentence is called a noun clause. Means जो dependent clause होती है वो sentence में noun के जैसा ही function करती है. And students, remember one thing, the noun clause answer the question what. Okay. Now let's see examples of noun clause. I know his wish. And second one, I know what he wants. What is the difference between two sentences? I know his wish. His wish is a noun phrase. And second one, what he wants, it's a noun clause. Why? Because his wish, it's only group of words. There is no subject, no predicate. And second one, what he wants, in the subject and verb also. And what he wants function as a noun, so it's a noun phrase. And next example, what he did made a problem for his family. What he did, it's a noun phrase. Why it's a noun phrase? Because what he did functioned as a noun, so it is called a noun phrase. And in other word, we can say what made a problem for his family. I told you the noun phrase answer the question what made, then we will get the answer what he did, so it's a noun phrase. And next example, she promised that she would help me. Here, that she would help me is a noun clause because it functions as a noun in this sentence. And in other words, we can say what promised, then we get the answer that she would help me, so it is a noun phrase. Noun phrases are introduced by these characters. Noun clauses are introduced by these connectors. We are talking about clauses. Pronoun, who, for, which, whom, whose. Adverbs, when, where, why, how. Conjunctions, that, whether, if. Okay. Next, adjective clause. What is adjective clause? Let's see definition. A dependent clause that functions as an adjective in a sentence is called an adjective clause. The function of an adjective clause is to modify, means describe a noun or a pronoun. Student, we know very well, जो adjective है वो noun और pronoun को describe करता है, और adjective clause means जो noun और pronoun के बारे में, means जो ज़्यादा describe करे, उसे हम जो noun के बारे में पूरा बताए तो हम उसको adjective clause कहते हैं. The adjective clause is also called relative clause. Now here is an example. She is a girl who is very beautiful. Here who is very beautiful is a adjective clause because it describes the noun girl. Okay student, she is a girl. Girl is a noun and who is very beautiful. हम किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं? हम गर्ल के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं and girl is a noun. So who is very beautiful is a adjective clause. Now second one, this is the boy who helped me yesterday. Who helped me yesterday is an adjective clause. Why? Because it describes the noun boy. So it's an adjective phrase. And third one, that is a pen, which I always use. Here which I always use is a adjective clause. Why? Because it is describing the noun. Noun is pen. And in other words, we can say it usually answers the question which one. Means that is the pen which I always use. In other words, we can say which means which one. That is the pen. Which one means we are getting the answer which I always use. So it's a adjective clause. Next, adverb clause. A dependent clause that functions as an adverb in a sentence is called an adverb clause. An adverb clause modifies a verb, adjective clause or other adverb clause in a sentence. It modifies the situation in main clause in terms of time, frequency, cause and effect, condition, etc. Here is an example. He is as intelligent as his brother. So as intelligent as his brother is a adverb clause because it's the comparison. Although she was ill, she was the cloth. Although she was ill, it's a adverb clause. Now there are 9 kinds of adverb clauses. First one, condition. Second, comparison. Third, conjugation. Fourth, purpose. 5, reason. 6, result. 7, place. 8, manner. And 9, time. Now we will discuss them one by one. First one, adverb of condition. Adverb clause of condition are introduced by if, unless, whether, etc. Second, adverb clauses of comparison. Adverb clauses of comparison are introduced by as, then, like. Third one, adverb clauses of contrast. Adverb clauses of contrast are introduced by although, though, however, even if, etc. Fourth, adverb clauses of purpose. Adverb clauses of purpose are introduced by so that, in order that, in case, lest, etc. Fifth one, adverb clauses of reason. Adverb clauses of reason are introduced by because, since, as, etc. Sixth one, adverb clauses of result. Adverb clauses of result are introduced by so, that, such that. Seventh one, adverb clauses of place. It is introduced by where, wherever, etc. Adverb clauses of manner. It is introduced by as if, etc. And last one, adverb clauses of time. It is introduced by after, before, since, when, while, till, as, whenever, etc. Okay students, I hope this video will help you to understand clauses very well.